Hi, this is Rebecca Spalding, Level 2 student. I'm working on my worship activation for August, and this is coming from Will Bozeman's book, The Worshiping Bride. The chapter that I chose was Unacceptable Worship, and um, something Will Bozeman wrote, I wanted to quote. It says, "Human beings are instinctively religious. Rejection of the true God does not lead to the worship of nothing. Rather, it leads to the worship of everything false. Idolatry itself results in the downward spiral of sin." There are many false gods and false ways of worship that keep us from the true form of worship. Are we um, going to be united in error or divided in truth? That's something that we all have to decide for ourselves. It's easier to follow along with what everyone's doing, but when truth confronts you, you have a choice to make. In these last days, we are all called to be repairers of the breach, as it says in Isaiah 58:12. "And they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places. They shall rise up the foundations of many generations. They shall be called repairers of the breach, the restorers of paths to dwell in." What are these paths? We read in Jeremiah chapter 6, "Thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways, and see, and ask for the old paths, and walk therein. And there ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk therein." We see this today as many people are rejecting the old paths that are contained in the Bible that have been our guide for generations. And we know that this would happen. In Revelation 12:9, we read that Satan has deceived the whole world. So we have to realize that even ourselves we've been deceived, and getting back on the true path is a journey that we all have to make. As more and more truth continues to be brought forth in these latter days, we see how true this passage is. Then in Jeremiah chapter 6, it says, "Hear, O earth, behold, I will bring evil upon this people, even the fruit of their thoughts, because they have not hearkened unto my words, nor to my law," which the Hebrew word for that law is Torah, "but have rejected it." So in this activation, we will be simulating unshackling ourselves from false ways, false idols, and false gods. So we're going to start out in a big room, and we're going to make a wide opening with tape on the floor, and everyone is going to be standing at the wide opening. Now the tape is going to be going in more and more narrow into a very narrow path that will be going under a blue billow, and this is going to be the entrance into eternal life. And so everyone would start out at the beginning of the path. They'd be given a backpack, and in the backpack it'll be loaded up with rocks, and each rock will have a name printed on it that represents a false god or a false idol that we put ahead of our true worship of Yahuwah, like gold, silver, cars, boats, uh, self-worship, uh, addictions, Christmas trees, Easter eggs, things, anything that gets in our way of worshiping in the true form of worship that our Father has ordained for us. Okay, so there will also be a set of scriptures at the bottom of these rocks. So as each participant starts out on his journey, you'll find that he is loaded down, and he's instructed that he can't go forward until an angel comes to him and tells him to remove one of those rocks. So we have other people that are simulating angels that will be coming and going and whispering into the ears of these participants and tell them to take out a certain rock. And when they take that rock out, they're able to go forward 5 steps. So we'll all be proceeding at different rates and coming into this narrow path. And so we find as we come to at the end of the narrow path, all we have left to lead us into the blue billow is our scriptures. And as we come into the blue billow, we will all kneel down in worship. And in the background, the music will be playing called The Narrow Road. I'm going to play a little portion of it so you can hear how this goes. Okay, that gives you an idea of the feeling of this song. So thank you. That's my activation.